Delight in stillness. Outer stillness is a gateway to inner stillness. More about that in a second. That's one of our top news stories today. I just wanted to say, if you listen to the end of the podcast, you're going to hear a little bit of information about the cognitive behavioral sessions that I'm giving to people and helping them transform their lives. So keep listening to the end of the podcast and you hear more about that. Let's begin.
This is a beautiful thought.
Welcome, beautiful thinkers. Thank you for thinking beautifully. In this day and age, it's so easy to distract ourselves, to keep moving all the time, to turn on the television, watch a documentary, at the same time listen to music, and every couple of minutes also check our phones for Instagram notifications. What would happen if we turned off the television, the music, and the telephone for just a few minutes? So many of us are afraid, literally afraid, to be still for 5 minutes. We're so estranged from our thoughts that we can't bring ourselves to look at them. In fact, when we do look at them, they seem alien, foreign, and they alarm us. Of course, when you continue this practice, you start to learn that those kind of thoughts are only a surface level element of ourselves. Of course, they are part of ourselves, but there's something that goes much deeper. When we have outer stillness, we practice outer stillness, sooner or later we start to find a certain inner stillness. And some people have compared this famously to the tides and waves of an ocean, constantly moving turbulently, a whirling rush of willies and running water. But underneath, waiting patiently, is the ocean floor. And that ocean floor is always with us. Might be a little bit hard to believe sometimes, but it's true. And if you do attempt this, move your attention within yourself and remain still physically, you might start recoiling at your own thoughts. It's important to remember that you are always free to be afraid. There's nothing wrong with being lonely or afraid or desperate or sad or nervous or anxious. You are free to feel those things. And because of that, you need never worry about feeling those things. Free to worry, and you need never worry. The voice, soothing, soft voice of the inner mother is there to comfort you. If you have the ears to listen. Let me ask you this. Have you ever met somebody? Maybe it's somebody who works in customer service and they just seem unflappable. It's like whatever emotional, angry, energy, frustration you throw at this guy, he will still remain just the same. And he's not just disconnecting from the emotions that are around him, he is fully connected to them, feeling them fully, but not being overwhelmed or too wrapped up in them. So he maintains this healthy distance and he's still able to be himself completely, even though he's helping others weather the turbulent tides of their own emotions. By practicing stillness, outer stillness, leading to inner stillness, do you think it would be possible to have this kind of relaxed engagement with the world and with your own emotions and with their own thoughts. Yes, it is possible. Seek stillness, physical stillness, and lead yourself to inner stillness. As our great teacher Lao Tzu once wrote, "Stillness in movement is the Tao." Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for staying grateful. And thank you for thinking beautifully. I'll talk to you soon.
A beautiful thought.
You might be curious how a session using cognitive behavioral techniques works. Well, what it isn't is like somebody reclining on a chaise lounge with me asking you about the dreams that you have about killing your father and marrying your mother. That's not what it's about. I don't know too much about dream analysis, to be honest. This is more a collaborative process. I'm not trying to give you advice. I do my best to avoid giving advice. The idea is I listen to you, trying to empathize and trying to understand you, and I ask you what you want. And we try to collaboratively, cooperatively, come up with an action plan so you can move towards what you want. So you can discover the things that are actually going to make you feel more fulfilled in your life, more happy, and figure out a way to move towards them. Sound pretty good? If so, go on to beautifulpodcast.com. You see at the top it says CBT sessions. You can book a session with me for the low rate of $6 an hour. So check that out. Have a wonderful day.